opposite, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it. I mean, it was, you know, we could probably sit here and and ah over a couple of things that had happened, but the fact of the matter is Oddity have shown up when it most matters, and we now get into the banning phase. So Thatcher's going to be taken off straight away.
Okay, that is quite interesting, seeing as we did see a fair few Thatcher plays from Oddity. So that is ACME's kind of response. Jackal will be also off board, which is quite standard for Coastline, as he is extremely powerful on his home map.
Now, what are we seeing from Oddity here?
A Valkyrie.
There we go. Okay, denying a little bit more vision. Interesting. And what are your thoughts on the last one?
I'm thinking Mirror. Thinking Mirror will be the one. No, Echo. Okay.
Well, interesting.
Yeah, it is indeed very interesting with the way how things been going and the bans as well. ACME, even though they have been quite substantially using Echo on the previous map, just do not want to see him at all, and could potentially be a shot in the foot.
That it could. That it could. Well, Nomad going to be picking up with, okay, pretty stock standard coming through from Oddity. Mirror. So this is the first time I've seen Mirror play today. Because it's the only time I haven't... Okay. And you had to go and do it to me, Stiggs.
Yeah, Stiggs did it to you. As now... Bringing in... I mean, a Legion on Coastline is also quite powerful, but I can see why they could potentially not play Mirror. This is the fact how prevalent was that ban of her a while ago, before reintroduction of, say, Lion or the newest Aussie operators. And Mirror was definitely just considered to be like completely gone off the grid.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, here we go. 10 seconds before we get underway with map number 3. Cthulhu, what are your thoughts? Who's taking this?
Ooh, I'm tempted to call an Oddity win.
Yep.
But I'm also quite hesitant to call it, just due to the fact how shaky it was before they started that comeback. If they're running off that momentum that they had with Consulate, then this will be good. If ACME in any possible way will thwart their momentum, that is it. Like the whole status quo will shift into favor of ACME.
Alrighty, so playing from inside Hookah Billiards. Look at this! Oh, straight away. That's going to be Hills finding the opening onto Raven. Say hello to an opening.
And talking about the opening, and Hills will be there. Manages to recover from what was a very much of a tilting comeback for ACME. As Hayward will be now roaming in the bathrooms and trying to find the head, and ooh, he will be finding his death though, to the hands of a very angry at this point Korean woman.
Stiggs just underneath at this point. Oh, wowzers, Red just not being able to spot that foot. But they will be able to eventually hear that location. Stiggs, oh, wowzers, that is mighty close. Manages to get away for a moment, but surely Hayward goes down here. There's no way of really recovering from this. And that's okay, but Vinny's pushing into VIP. Aquarium's now being taken control of by God Legion, so... we go. Dino finding one, but at least God Legion manages to find the response. Vast taking down Hayward in the meantime. A 3v3.
3v3 indeed, as Hills is quite teched up, leaving the favor of health is still in favor of Oddity, as there's still plenty of utility to be used up from both sides. The grenade will be coming in, but will be eaten up by that ADS, and with time running short, we'll be forcing the attack to go into the push as quickly as possible. A long angle by Strider might be able to seal the deal, but that is if they will be quite swift. Oh, a headshot onto Vast will be sealing the deal, but not yet. 20 seconds. Another one onto Vinny's head, but Godlegion will be able to push in. Potentially might be going in for the plant, but Stiggs will be able to get the better of him. And just like that, first round once again going into the hands of ACME.
Oh, I don't like the way history serves right now, because this is going to be the... if this is what I'm feeling, it's going to turn the tides. Anyway, for now, that was a fairly decent first round coming through for ACME and finding the trades. And even though they went the man down early with Hayward falling to that battle over in the eastern side, they still managed to recover.
Yeah, it was still a perfect recovery by ACME. They had a plan B set up and ready in face of, I believe that was Stiggs on Maestro. Having that long angle prepped, and that's exactly what sealed the deal, essentially. Managing to completely destroy any attempt to get the clutch. It worked like a charm.
Where are we at the moment? Are we in Sunrise? Look down for 2 seconds. That's Sunrise and Blue Bar, isn't it?
Yes, that is Sunrise and Blue Bar indeed, as now AE will be setting, well, AA really, will be setting up a couple angles, and this time Mozzie will be first time within this matchup bringing in, brought in to play.
Very interesting to see whether he's going to have any sort of impact on this defending side, and what impact that's going to be. Hayward manages to find the angle on the God Legion pushing in, and that is the man advantage already for ACME. That is the second time they have been able to find not so much a spawn peak, but a very early frag.
Yeah, I know. Now we'll continue to just move around. He's still somewhat close to the side, but still aggressive enough to be able to generate himself a potential angle for the frag. As like you mentioned, losing Zafir right now could be quite beneficial for Oddity.
That's putting out the kills. So Strider now being spotted. Pulls back for a moment. Interesting. That's going to be a small little trade, and bullets flurrying around. And he needs to be really careful there in Kitchen. Does back away for now, but it's going to be a slower round as we have to concede the area for now.
Indeed. Strider holding a long angle once again with the Maestro's Alda. That thing is an absolute beast. Should be able to net him as well. A couple of kills. Dino is there also to assist him with a couple of plays. Will be able to actually get the better of Red, but not before Stiggs will be going down to the hands of Vastas. Now the full, well, semi-control of the Blue Bar is now in effect, but Vastas is not covered by anyone. Oddity needs to get in for the push and assist the Dokkaebi player, as right now, oh my goodness, Hayward will be getting the better of Bust.
It's all falling apart here, and Vinny's going to have to try and claw it back. There's no way past Hills at this point, and ACME, they pick up the second round in a row at Blue Bar and Sunrise.
Indeed, fantastic defense from ACME. As yeah, 2-0 once again is the scoreline. Let me just check with all the horoscopes that have been written up. So far, the prediction says 7-5, but I'm not gonna be saying which team. That is to be left for the chat to figure out. As I mean, hey, prediction for the second map was quite truthful. I did not touch the scoreline whatsoever. I legitimately, I did not touch the second map's scoreline, and it just came through.
Well, magical.
Very
Absolutely
much
magical.
like Mr. Bean said, magic.
Magical. Now of running the vigil has been working for the defenders so far. I don't really think we've seen too much of vigil today. Maybe once or twice being picked, but can't really recall much use of him. And I think we've already seen 2-3 rounds of him so far. So just on that alone, and impactful enough to shut down Oddity at this point.
Oh yeah. It certainly looks like it, as if Oddity will continue losing the attackers straight away from those spawn peaks, things are gonna hurt for them. And look at this, like nearly losing their head once again, with so far a 2-point disadvantage. This is not what you want right now.
No,
not at all.
No, not even in the slightest. And being on that north side into toward Kitchen. Strider, who has been an absolute beast on Maestro for most of the rounds that we've seen him, at the very least having somewhat of an impact, will be taken down early by God Legion. And that is finally something going in the way of Oddity to start with.
Yeah, well, for now, Vinny and God Legion are the ones to be pushing in onto the second floor. They need to be very cautious about the run-out, because ACME has been quite notorious with their run-outs. And just exactly that, the history nearly repeated itself, as Oddity needs to be very cautious about their man advantage. Even though it is one man up for them, that can be changed very quickly in a matter of several seconds.
Take control of main house and start to secure VIP lounge. They can look at putting a little bit more pressure in toward those bomb sites. Vigil looking to be the nuisance that he is so far. He might actually be rewarded for this as well, holding the aggressive line down hallway. No one's really peeking into him, but they'll just wait for the contact. Legion, that would have been the perfect play had Stiggs been able to hit that shot. However, it does not pay dividends. They do have to back away for now as Vigil looks for a way out.
Yeah. Contrary to how things were working out before, Vigil right now just seeming to be getting pinted everywhere. With 2-man disadvantage, ACME are not all slow, albeit that Dino is still there and ready to pop off. Well, Stiggs and Hayward, so everything is still clutchable for ACME, but things are definitely not looking in their favor.
Now starting to take the control for Oddity is they're starting to really put the pressure back on towards ACME. What can Ella do in this position? Dino needs to step up. That is just to drop the diffuser. They still don't know where he is. Can't hit the shots through the smoke, and that might be to his demise. Doesn't actually find anything. That would have been the play, but that's not it. Unfortunately for Dino, he will be taken down, and Kitchen is unsuccessful.
Indeed. Well, with that in mind, though, with the round number 4 coming in effect, Oddity are back on track, gaining a point for themselves after a much better read and a little bit of extra luck with the Dino missing the shots on Raven and unable to connect the second frag. But this time AE are bringing in a Frost, which will be, never mind, 6 picked into a Pulse. The bold genius plays will be needing to be coming in effect if ACME want to resume their domination of the match.
So, as it shows, it is God Legion top fragging, even though they are down the map, rather down the round. They do head back toward Hookah and Billiards, so just waiting for those drones to come through, popping them away. This will be interesting to see the impact that we have with Pulse this time, whether he can actually make this work or not.
Indeed. Well, for now, Hayward will be positioning himself in a very aggressive position, so at this point he will need to preserve himself and have a very patient trigger discipline if he wants his plan to succeed, as well as Stig. But with Stig's, his role is completely different. He needs to keep an eye out on that VIP push, and with his cardiac sensor being the main tool, he should be able to net himself a nice C4 through the floor. But that's still yet to be found out, as for now it's just the droning. Fast does spot a mute player in the aquarium bar, and we'll be using his second drone to see if the mute is still there. Yep, he's fully solidified himself in there, as mute is now fully bailed out. We'll be holding an angle from the pool now, and the logic bomb will be also coming out in full effect.
Nicely done to deny both of the drones coming through there and actually reroute them into trying to take that fight from mute. So does put the pressure back on. Stiggs manages to spot one out, can't hit the shot. That could have been extremely dangerous had it not have been for the small millisecond it took to take that shot.
Yeah, well, that still leaves Vinny on this little health, as he will be leaving still alive, albeit not being very suitable for any big firefights at the moment. Flashbang is coming out as potential. We might be seeing soon the big execute. Raven picks up the first drone to Dino, shouting him down from behind the pool bar. As now it is all up to Strider to try to hold the very cheeky angle. The run up, they just busted out saying, "Break yourself, fool," and just blasted the fool away. As Gold Legion will be picking up a kill on 2 kills as well. C4 unsuccessful at all. All up to Stiggs and Hayward, who will have to verse the full 5-stack of Oddity Esports.
Such a dangerous play not being able to be on that site and help the rest of those remaining members. Oh my word, Hayward now brings it back to a 2v3. 2 members on Oddity so low, so they can actually make this work right now. ACME are going to push in with as much haste as possible. The flash does deny Hayward a small amount of movement. He's still continuing to push forward. He spots out Red, gives the information over towards Stiggs, who hits 2 shots and maybe now brings it back into a doable situation, but surely there is no time left. Oh, wow, that was close. Very, very close.
That was too close, I'd even say, to the comfort zone. It is, wow, that, like, I mean, it was and one wow of how well and how swift Oddity pushed in, and another wow on how well Hayward played his cards. If only the time was a little bit higher in his favor, but that was not the case. Within the round, and 2 apiece will be the scoreline nearing the end of the first half.
Oh, so this is I think this is what we expected on Coastline, for it to still be as close as what it had been in well, maybe not as close as what it had been in that second matchup, but definitely as well contested in terms of the individual plays that we're seeing come through. And right now, Oddity seem to have the number picked for ACME.
Oh yeah. It feels that Oddity has just completely restarted, restarted their brains, restarted their whole attitude about it, just brought it back in, and my goodness, they were just absolutely phenomenal. Both on at the end of Coastline, I mean Consulate, and now Coastline as well, managing to bring it over. But yeah, we still yet to see. It's only 4 rounds, so first half is not yet finished. As I feel that if we are gonna get to the second half with a draw score, this could potentially be ACME's map for the taking. As just as I say that, Hills is the one getting a nice flick onto Red's head and pops the watermelon like it's nothing.
Another peak early in the round going the way of Acme. I think this is 3 rounds now in this first half that they've been able to do that, and it's not over yet. Strider only just missing the head there of the member from Oddity, who now, it looks like Vinity's trying to push a little bit deeper and flush out the members, but ACME are no longer there. Reloading.
Indeed, and initially trying to contest the long angle with 2 holos against an ACOG guy will be a little bit ill-advised, but to say at the very least. But nonetheless, they still managed to run and get away with minimal damage done to them, as all things considered, Redland is off the round and winning with the Ravens straight away. Sticks and Hayward will be going down, albeit that Raven gets down, but Hills won't be able to confirm the kill just yet.
So still 3 members up, and well, make that actually no, that's a huge push from Strider, taking down Vast as well as the secondary member on the side. They have to try and make their way through, but I feel like this could be it. It looked so good from Strider, such a strong decision, but still, there's a minute left on this clock, and there's enough damage yet to be done on the side of Oddity.
Indeed, with the side disadvantage, over disadvantage, make it a 2 versus 2 as Gold Legion just decides, yeah, I'm gonna click head. And click the, well, he didn't exactly click head, but he did click the body a lot. And so with that in mind, Vinny will be the one needing to hold the crossfire. Hills, though, will be able to shut him down from above. All up to Gold Legion in a 1v2 situation. Hills' position has been revealed, so he needs out. Strider does manage to find Strider. He does not have the diffuser. 33 seconds left to go as diffuser needs to be picked up. He will have plenty of time. Hills rotating over to the main hole and will be able to give Gold Legion plenty of time to get the plant. But he is getting tagged up. He needs to fall back. 20 seconds. The camera is just too strong. Land is starting back up. Hills is holding a very cautious angle. He will allow the diffuser to go down. And will be able to find the watermelon of Gold Legion. Oh my goodness. ACME, Hills, what are you doing, mate?
Well, that now makes it a little bit more interesting. There is a huge chance for ACME to take the lead at 4-2. However, 4-2 was going to be the half of our second map, so Cthulhu, I don't know. It's...
Oh, the prediction of 7-5 is still standing by me. I'm still sticking to it.
Gonna stick to the 7-5, but you're not telling us who it's in favor of. That's fair enough. Well,
keeping the intrigue in there.
Let's wait and see how that one goes for us. So, back into the mix, and that pulse is going to be picked up again for the hookah and billiards. It didn't work last time, but maybe they can fix their previous mistakes and realign their thoughts.
Maybe, maybe not. We'll be finding that out very soon, though. As we are on the last round of first half. ACME needing every possible round for themselves if they do want to run away with the points. Look at this one. Gold Legion being the absolute god as it is, with 8 kills for himself, whereas on the AE side it is Hills that is popping up, as well as Strider and Hayward, the 3 people who are currently running up 6 and 4 kills respectively. ACME looking so good, but at the same time, the moment they lose their momentum, that is pretty much it for them. So right now, as long as they're running on the momentum, they have every possible chance to bring this back. A run out coming out from Hills, this time a much ballsier one, and will be netting him a kill. But Gold Legion resorting back and just managing to find Hills' head. So a trade is there, but the trade is still in favor of the defense, with Raven now off the board.
Imagine he makes that work with a double kill. That would have been intriguing. However, we can now look and set our eyes to the 4v4 like you just mentioned. It's Vast now starting to drone out in towards Aquarium. Southern Hall completely cleared. Can't get past, of course, that mute jammer that's holding off the action. window is open currently, so does Red actually go for this position? Could actually get a fair bit of access in towards the billiards.
What I am quite, well, you could technically say upset, is that Oddity, being the team of a pro league caliber, having ACME already do so many runouts on them, they still not expecting them. They're still not pre-aiming any of those angles, and that just allows ACME to get so much leverage. As Styx picks up yet another kill for himself onto God Legion before Vinny will be able to trade out Strider, making it a 2v3 once again. How is that being allowed?
I'm not even sure at this point, but there we go. Dino taking down Red, leaves it up to Vinny. Surely Vinny can't get anything done at this point, which Dino just completely wide peaks, finding the kill and securing the 4th round for ACME in this first half.
Indeed. ACME once again finishing the half on a 4-2 scoreline, but this time it's not Oddity that is coming back, it's currently ACME that is bringing back the scoreline to 4-2. So, blue bar sunrise from Oddity's defense this time. Something that Orglis has been boasting a fair few times on their defense. And, well, Oddity does have the player that used to be part of the Orglis squad, aka Todd, who is unfortunately not with us here today. He is replaced by Raven. And, nonetheless, the expertise is still there, the knowledge is there, but Hills, though, talking about knowledge and expertise, will be bringing in a Montagne.
The Monty, well, let's see what it brings, whether it's going to change the dynamic, whether they're going to have to put their eggs in that basket, of course, of trying to go for that more of a more aggressive play on the backside of him. But how do you feel that one's going to work out?
I'm questioning a little bit that choice, especially on Hills. Rather than him bringing a shield, bring in, say, even something like along the lines of Ash, along the lines of, I don't know, the sledge. But yeah, this is, I believe, the first time we are seeing Hills actually bring in a Monty for the Six Masters matches, and quite curious to see that, because I believe I haven't seen a whole lot of shield plays from ACME at all.
Well, they might actually have something up their sleeve, so don't want to jump to any conclusions just yet. It's going to be Red that's sitting deep inside Sunrise Bar, just like literally behind the bar.
Yeah, well, probably getting tagged up a little bit from that spot under the shed. He's a little bit trapped at the moment, as any kind of information would be able to essentially get at him. Hoarded position has been revealed from that point, as now finally the Legion player will be taken down by Hayward. A very nutty position. Now that has been ridden, ACME will need to keep proceeding, because outing Legion this early through the round would guarantee that there won't be a whole lot of blue mines for them to worry about, meaning that that push will be completely clear of any of the fast utility, as Dino picks up another one onto Raven. Oddity be pulling apart quite quickly, and quite unfortunately for themselves. Monty just keeps on netting a little bit of that extra utility, and will be able to distract Red just enough potentially for the rest of the attackers to get the big brain play.
Red with the Nitro Cell, could that be it? Yes it is, takes down Hill, that's the Monty gone. And that is a very smart play to come through from Red, but Haywood and the offered member of Stigs have pretty much ensured the round. It's Vinny with a castle. He's got a hell of a lot of work to do and not a lot of time.
Not a lot of time indeed, as he is, he does need to pull out a 4K for himself to clutch this up, and in such a short amount of time, this is almost unbeatable, as Strider will be the one finding him and catching Vinny off guard, ACME are only 1 point away from the match point and only 2 rounds away from winning the series that they were sweating so much for, and against such a strong opponent.
Yeah, like we were touching on, you know, this is where it starts for ACME. If they want that revenge, if they want to secure that spot at LAN after, you know, only just missing out at Pro League, this is where it begins. This is where, you know, you really can start to show yourselves as one of those front runners. So take it while it's there, and I think they've done quite well at doing so in this matchup.
Indeed, Hookah Lounge and Billiards Room will be coming out, and Hayward bringing in a Lion that managed to slip in through the ban phase. This time, it will be quite a pain to deal with, especially in combination with Dokkaebi, the old horror that is the Lion, Dokkaebi, and occasionally a Jackal combo. Thankfully, this time though, Jackal is banned. The 3 horse riders of hell won't be unleashed onto Oddity yet. But yeah, at the moment things are not looking all swell at all.
As it's being pulled out, going to be going for the deny just yet. So Vinny can work his magic with that castle that we saw picked in the previous, but it didn't really have too much of an impact, I feel.
Yeah, well, the whole beauty of castle is just to attempt to try to drain as much time and utility as possible. So if that is successful, if Castle's Barricade manages to, say, eat up 1 breaching charge or take up 10 seconds to demolish, that Castle Barricade's job is done. So this is exactly what I feel Vinny might be going for, but especially with how ACME has been going, they need to drain and just thwart their momentum as quickly as possible, because right now ACME are back to being the machine like that has no stops at all.
Nice line for Dino to have a fair bit of vision at the very least through hallway and gain a little bit more momentum. And there we go, the first small utility being thrown from Lion to suss out anyone from Oddity, but no one's really been able to show face or pushed out of position just yet.
Yeah, Big's holding a very patient angle, and he does know from all the cues that God Legion is there, he does manage to allow the team to sandwich God Legion as well. As Bandit minused out Vinny, now getting called over by the Korean woman, will be able to shut her down, so that is no more logic bombs. That swift headshot onto Stig, so 4 versus 4, half a round already done. But Dano has the wonderful thing called the asphyxiating bolts that he can lob through the drone hole that could potentially deny the whole area of the billiard bar, which in return could net ACME yet another win. But can they pull it off though?
Finding our rats.
There we go. Now they're going to be able to start to get a little bit of a move on. There's the utility coming through from Dino to push on through. Raven just on the other side to try and hold, but it's Dino again to take down one in a second as Raven walks directly into the line of sight, and that's going to be a 3-piece from Dino. Hills adding 1 to the tally as well, but that was such a nice execute on that side.
Fantastic execute, like you said, by ACME, as they're now on match point and series point. Ladies and gentlemen, we are this close for ACME to take the big win against the giant that seemed for them, being Oddity Esports. After 3 very tiring maps, potentially we might be seeing ACME now becoming the epic victor within this match up. Blue Bar and Sunrise will be the potential final choice of defense for Oddity. And as for the lineup, this seems to be a slight change up, with Gold Legion bringing in a Vigil this time, not wanting to be spotted by any drones as just yet.
No Monty this time. I mean, look, that was a it could have been the play had it not have been for the big boy himself. I believe it was Red, or no, I'm not even sure who it was, but I know that the Nitro Cell will do the damage to anyone. So back to even. With only one round left, this is where their money is made, basically. ACME with an incredible opportunity to shut out in the third map.
Indeed. That's where they will need to put their money where their mouth is. And the Gold Legion potentially going in with a cheeky pixel angle from the window. Can he find the shot? He does find it on straight over Dino's head. And another one onto heels. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen. A fantastic shot. A long angle right onto that doorway into a sunrise from the northwest. Straight into the watermelon. 3v5 in a matter of 5 seconds.
Oh, there goes your Twitch. There goes your Cap. And Cap was pretty much one of the players that did the majority of the work in the previous, so I'm reloading. Big fat L right there. Oh my god, Stigs. Very unfortunate not to have been hitting that, but they will take control of Aquarium as they have the two-man disadvantage and hit back in towards Sunrise and Blue Bar.
Now the full control of the office on ground floor has been given up to the offense, as Hayward is being extra cautious about where to push. He does pre-fire every angle he can possibly remember, as so far there's not a whole lot of presence on the second floor, but there is one on the main floor. That is the Legion, played by Voss, so potentially Hayward might be able to find himself either a kill or find himself his death to the Hong Kong operator. Last now does hear the goo mine to find out the kill onto Dokubi.
Stig's taking some damage in the meantime, but it's Hayward to find one. God Legion again adding a third to the tally for this round, as now the contact's being made. Stigs manages to outlast Vast as Strider's got the view straight into Ward. The A site now taking a little bit more of a in-depth look. Strider trying to get a little bit more aggressive toward Blue Bar. This is going to come down to these 1v1s here.
Yeah, at the moment, Stiggs finds a nice shot onto God Legion. Finally, shuts him down 2 versus 2 situation. Not looking swell at all for Oddity. Losing too much manpower, as right now Strider might be going in for the push in. Flashbang comes into the Sunrise, as right now a whole lot of utilities being used up. So much flashbangs, as well as this is not a game of peekaboo. Nice shot by Strider. 1v1 situation. 14 seconds left to go. He needs to find a Babidi. Clutches it up for Oddity Esports. They are not ready to get out of this just yet. That is just spiciness all the way, Rob. Your microphone. Your microphone.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't mute no microphones. I was just saying, you know, ACME time and time again with the man disadvantages, they still manage to make it work. And oh, here we go, Monty back in. That's a bit of salt. Ah, oh, I'm so disappointed. Get out of here with the 6th pick.
Nomad, though, will be the actual final choice, though. Contrary to what my colleague here wanted to see, as actually the multiplayer could have been quite good fun, considering the fact that Oddity will only have a singular C4 for this play, but single C4 is all they needed, as Gold Legion is on a 12 kills at the moment for his whole team, just pushing them all the way through as hard as he can possibly do. And I mean, if I would be Gold Legion right now, I would be fuming at the rest of the team. Like, come on, guys, pull up the assaults. In you go. Get the frags. Click heads.
Definitely having a ridiculous impact. feel like God Legion is one of the players we've been talking about all series long so far. So
Indeed. Well, now, though, the action phase is just kicking off as Stig will be going up ahead for his team to get the general gist of how things are looking. Dino will be also moving up ahead. He does spot a couple of rotations. The kitchen is fully empty, but there are plenty of peek holes for Oddity to peek from in through the supply room.
that's for damn sure. Not only that, they've got the smoke to deny the straight entrance. This could be a serious issue. Have they maybe have picked up Monty for the fast play? It could have been a bit of a biting tail. For now, Hayward's going to take control of Aquarium. And Blue Bar slowly now pushing for further access into hallway. Can make his way toward the north stairs and start to again just take more information, more space, more knowledge for ACME.
Indeed. Let's try to picking up another kill. The first one opener onto Vinny. Be able to out and make sure that Smoke won't be able to deny any of the planting or any of the area just yet. There's still a C4 in face of God Legion as well as the Maestro camera that is overlooking into the kitchen. The hole in the wall will be able to allow the plant and a quick take of the site as Vast needs to go for the pre-fire. Come on, mate. Hills getting the better of God Legion as well as Vast getting down, and just like that, it is a clean, flawless wipe. GG. Well played, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. Literally, that was all over in less than a second, I feel. That was a nice hit with Captain. I feel like if Captain was up in that last round before that, that was all over Red Rover. But regardless, they still managed to pull it out in the end, and all props to ACME.
Yeah. 7-3 being the final scoreline, ladies and gentlemen. ACME bringing it back after a tiring set of matches. Rob, this is pretty much the end of today's broadcast. How you feel about the teams so far?
No, I think that it's been a good display today, even